Good morning, Ammirata. Let me adjust my camera. Good morning. I'm coming live from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. I got on here a little bit early this morning. Stay on here for a little bit. Hey, Diane. Hey, Donya, good morning. Good morning, y'all. Happy Saturday. Some others coming on. I keep trying to adjust our time and try to pick a good time for everyone. I know it's, when you have people across multiple time zones, I'm not sure if there's any one great time. Hey, Brittany. Good to have you. Sarasota. It's probably warm there, Diane. I'm up in the mountains. It's got a little bit of a chill in there, but it's not cold. I'm staying at a Courtyard by Marriott. They had one humongous fire pit and this little bitty one, so I decided to get up close to it. But good. This morning is just a social meetup. We're just going to enjoy each other's company. I'm up here for Jeep Invasion 2022. It's called the Great Smoky Mountains Jeep Invasion. So last night we cruised up and down the parkway. We went through Gatlinburg and downtown Pigeon Forge, if you can call it downtown, but it's just like a strip. And there were thousands of Jeeps. I have no idea how many people are up here in Jeeps, but there's thousands. Hey, Sandra. It was interesting just to watch. They had Jeeps in every flavor. They had Jeeps like these older ones that I've never seen. I've never seen these body styles before, so it was something else. A lot of rednecks out. A lot of rednecks. I know people that are vacationing up here. They're probably wondering, what the heck? Where are all these? What's going on up here? Hey, Tracy. It's good to have you this morning. It's good to have you all. I was just saying, we're up for Jeep Invasion 2022. I don't know how many years they've been doing it, but I saw they had it, 2019. They had a Jeep Invasion. Probably was not as good 2020 and 2021 because of COVID, but who knows? I don't know. Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge areas were very, very much, frequented during COVID because they kept things going. They kept things open. So we came up here, may have been in, I can't remember if we did it 2020, but I believe it was last year. We came up here and this place was flooded with so many people. And really right now, Pigeon Forge, of course, is slammed because of the Jeep Invasion. Gatlinburg wasn't as busy as it normally is. We did something we've never done before. We went up to the original sky lift that they have over Gatlinburg, the really old one. We've been doing that since we were dating. We went up to the top of the mountain, and we got up there, I don't know, maybe around 6:30, and we watched the sun go down. Sharon, which was absolutely, it was beautiful. The colors in the sky. I think I may have posted some videos. I'm not sure if I posted any photos. I'll have to go and post some of the pictures of the smoke on the mountains. I mean, you can so see where that name comes from because the mountaintops were obscured by all these beautiful white clouds. Philadelphia. That's somewhere I've got to go, Sandra. I want to go to Philadelphia and see y'all's Liberty Bell. I want to go see that. What's it called? Pass and Stowe. We built it. We just went back and watched national treasure the other night where they came through Philadelphia. I have never been there. I've been through Pennsylvania from the northwest corner down diagonally to the southeast corner, and then we went down the coast. But I have never been through Philadelphia. So, yeah, isn't it beautiful? I tried to turn it down just a little bit. It's kind of raging behind me. See it? It's kind of raging a little bit behind me, but feels kind of good this morning. I don't know what the temperature is. I'd say it's maybe high 60s. It's not terribly cold. It does feel good. Sky's clearing up. The sky's very smoky. That would be a good word to use. It's very smoky around the Smokies. I guess because even though you're not right up on the top of the mountain, you're still at a higher elevation. So you're sort of in the clouds. So we rode through a lot of rain yesterday coming up here. So what y'all got planned today? Talk about me. What y'all got going on? Anybody doing anything exciting? Or doing something maybe you've never done before? Something unique? I'll post, I'm going to do a video later of last night cruising down the parkway with all the Jeeps. Let you guys look. Beautiful, yeah. Lots to do and see. High on crime. Oh, I hate that. Sandra? Well, crime is everywhere. I have been through Chicago several times. I love Chicago. It's an absolutely beautiful city, and I know it is high in crime. But I love it there, and I love the people there. And what about the Chicago pizza? Oh my gosh. When you have a pizza in New York, you know, you have a big, humongous pie. It's really thin, it's really gooey and hot, and it's mostly just cheese. If you get like just a regular pie, they don't put a lot on it. But then you go to Chicago, and you have a pizza that is this thick. It is humongous. I remember one time Lynn and I were in Chicago at the time of the Kentucky Derby when it was going on, and we sat in this little restaurant, and I forget, it starts with a G, it's a famous deep dish pizza place. And we had a pizza, it was only like maybe this big around, but it was this thick. It's like, there's no way. It was full of cheese and meat. It's huge. Just relaxing. Yeah. Oh, that's good. Hey, you gotta have those relaxed days. It's nothing like being at home on the weekends. Thin crust, yeah. Yeah, I do too, Sandra, now. Yeah, my thighs prefer, they prefer thin crust too. My thighs and my gut. I've heard that the reason that New York pizza has its own special taste is because of the water. Because of the water going into the crust. It makes that crust that chewy goodness. So, I like them both. Hey Rose, happy Saturday to you, girl. I hope you're doing well. Hey, I'm thinking about doing something, y'all. I am going to, I think get some items made, like maybe some cups, maybe some hats, and put Ammirata on them. And maybe we'll have a little contest, and I'll give some away. How about that? Wouldn't that be fun? How about a mug or something? I can always have a coffee cup, or I like those insulated cups. I've bought them. Sometimes the schools, universities will have fundraisers where they'll have these insulated coffee cups that have the lids on them. I like them with the lids because mine end up flipped over. So I was thinking about doing that and having some sort of little giveaway. Maybe we have not a contest, but maybe the person that makes the most posts, get you guys to post more about yourselves. Get you out here engaged. Do something. I'm thinking about getting that done. I think I'm going to check that out. I've been thinking seriously. I like caps too. I know a lot of women like the caps with the bills. They'll put the ponytails through it. I like the little beanies because I wear them a lot in the wintertime. It feels so good. Hey, and it's great when your hair's messed up. When you're having a bad hair day, you stick a beanie on it or you stick a cap on it, you're good to go. Okay, all right. I never really branded this. I just went out there and picked out some fonts I like and some pictures I like. But I'm thinking seriously about that, and I will check into that when I get back. There's used to be a place right near me that did some of that. Well, I know of one. I know one guy that he does a lot of the what do you call it? Not logo designs, but he actually stitches it on. They have machines. They can stitch it on hats. They can stitch it on, and I think he does some. They do some other things, and they're right near my office. I'll mosey on in there, see what I can come up with. See, the sun's coming out. It hit me in the head. Hey, Kathy. We are live from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee this morning. Jeep Invasion 2022. We are in a, see, ours is a 2014 Jeep. Our Jeep it's older and it's a two-door. We have a soft top on it, which we can just let down, and because I'm in South Carolina, it never gets really, really cold. It does drop below freezing, but for a very short period of time. So we're able to pretty much keep that soft top on and ride around in it. But we drove that up yesterday, and it rained on us a little bit, and we kept driving even with the roof down. We had to pull over one time and put it up, but I think we would have been okay driving. When you're driving and it's raining, the water is not coming in, it's kind of going over you, so it wasn't that bad. Just turn. There we go. I'm getting into the sunshine. The temperature up here, Sandra, is probably right now, I'm thinking it's in the high 60s. And if I were to go on up, when you're in Pigeon Forge, you're sort of in between the mountain ranges. It's like a little valley. And if we were to go on up, it'd probably be a few degrees lower. Maybe not a lot until you really got in some higher elevations. The thing is, really, the tops of some of these mountains, and I can't see around me too good. I'll show you where I'm at. This is a beautiful courtyard. They've done a great job of doing, my husband was saying, he said they did a really good job of planting the trees, because the parking lot is just out beyond these trees behind me. Hey, Gene. So they've done a beautiful job of giving you nice little areas, and they even have a lazy river here. So if you want to come to this area, check out this courtyard. This courtyard by Ammirata, but I can't see my point was I can't see around me, so I don't know what the mountains look like right now from here, but I'll take some pictures later today. Yeah, I love the greenery too. I have dogwoods around me. This vine behind these chairs, it is yellow jessamine. That is the state flower of South Carolina. And it is evergreen throughout the year, but sometime around, I have had mine bloom in January. One year it bloomed, and then we had like some rain and some ice, and ice with the beautiful blooms, and it was hardy. It still bloomed later on. So, Pammy, good to have you here. Yeah, it's really pretty. So whoever has designed this, they did an awesome job. This is the kind of trees that I have in my yard. A lot of this I have this yellow jessamine. I have jasmine. I have gardenias because I love those smells. I don't have a dogwood. I do have a redbud though, if you know what a redbud is. But redbuds, they are the first tree in the South to flower in the woods that grow wild, and they're the most beautiful color of. It's a pink purple color. It's not magenta. It's more of a powdery pink. It's not a fuchsia either. It's just the most beautiful color of pink. yeah, I would call it lipstick pink. That's about what, if you can imagine what that looks like. And just think of the woods having no leaves on the trees except for the pines, which we have a lot of pines in South Carolina. And those little trees and throughout the woods having those pink flowers, and then the dogwoods bloom shortly after that. So, but today what I will be doing, we're going to the Jeep Invasion, which is nothing more than people cruising. They're cruising around in their Jeeps. A lot of people have doors off. We do. We have our doors off. Our Jeep is not, it's not fancy like some of these, y'all. I mean, some of these, it's crazy. It's crazy fun though, but we actually do go off-road. We're not like real serious off-road enthusiasts, but we do like to go down dirt roads and get into the mud a little bit. It's fun. So I don't want something I've got to worry about a lot, taking care of, and damaging something. So we went recently up to a place called Gulches, and it's nothing but canyons. Golly, canyons, gullies, and ditches. And it was scary. People were climbing rock face, I wouldn't even call it a wall, dirt, almost straight up. It was almost vertical. And they were doing it in their Jeeps. It's crazy. I'm like, they're gonna fall over, But, and some people do. They do fall and then they roll. And they have specially designed Jeeps and ATVs that they just have roll cages, or they're off-road. They're not really an on-road type vehicle. Some of these things, they drive on-road and off-road. And these people have got, this is an expensive hobby. It can be. Even these folks up here, this Jeep Invasion, I'll post some videos and stuff later so you can just kind of see what's going on. And I may even go live a little bit later today if I have signal. I have no idea when I get out from here what it will be like, but it is really, people are into their Jeeps now. That definitely can be an expensive hobby. Get out of that sun. There we go. But I'm enjoying my husband. Both of our kids are at home. They've been at home for about 2 months now. My son, he came to stay with us while he had his cochlear implant surgery, which I shared with y'all recently. And he's about to move back out. So I'm kind of a little bit sad about that. I miss my beautiful boy. And my daughter is just started college and she's doing really good. It's her first week. So I don't know if the word anxious, but I just want it to go really well for her. Oh, there goes my fire. Let's see if it'll let me start it back. I think it's gone. That's okay. We're all right. But we hadn't had a lot of time. My husband and I, Lynn, we hadn't had a lot of time, just the two of us, because the kids have been there. But as a mom, you love that, but you need your couple time too. You need time to do things together, and so we have a fire pit at home, and it's similar to this, except I have logs on mine, but I'll have to come live from it. I think I did some lives in the past, but I'll have to come live from it. But I love a good fire pit. I love the outdoors, and yes, Rose, it's a great investment. There's something about, I don't know if any of you ride motorcycles. There's somebody out here in Ammirata that has a motorcycle. I saw her. She posted a picture, but we used to have motorcycles pre-kids. And then when we had the kids, then we got ATVs. We got like these Arctic Cats, but we didn't have time to ride them. Parenting's kind of full-time, And then it was years, and my husband said, well, we'll get motorcycles again one day. Time went on. Then, of course, the phones came out, which we had cell phones, of course, then, but not like now. And now there's so much, the internet on the phone, the texting on the phone, people are playing games on their phones, and there are a lot of accidents. I would say, would you guess that maybe 40 to 50% of accidents that now happen, there's probably a cell phone somehow involved? I would say cell phones are at the root of more accidents than alcohol or any type of intoxication that could be, happening or, during an accident. I would say cell phones. But what I was getting around to saying is because of the dangers, and we've lost some dear friends in motorcycle accidents, we decided to get a Jeep. And with the doors off and the top off, it's like the next best thing. You really enjoy, and my husband was saying yesterday, or this morning, he said, there's just something about driving the Jeep and being in it, that you have a much more beautiful driving experience. Because I have sunroofs in my cars, and I do like using my sunroofs because I love to let that sun in or the moon in, because I love to drive at night. But there's something about having the doors off, having the top back. You really are more exposed to the forest and to nature and to the beautiful sky, to what's going on around you. Yeah, I know it. Yeah, Sandra, I was eating at a restaurant last week. I believe I was having breakfast, and I watched this car pull up to park at the restaurant, and they had their phone like this. They were talking on their phone. I guess they were like FaceTiming as they were pulling into the parking space, and I'm thinking, you better be paying attention to where you're going. Yeah. You know what I believe? I believe they need to come up with some type of an invention, and it's out there, it could be done. There needs to be something where the car and the phone would not allow you to touch it while you're in motion, because you can pretty much cast most everything now onto your radio or into your car's sound system, to speak pretty much hands-free. And there's minor modifications that could be done for older vehicles, but there needs to be something where when that vehicle is in motion, that phone, it cannot be handled. I don't know. I know that probably wouldn't go over good with some, but I bet it would save thousands of lives and probably hundreds of thousands of injuries that have happened, and even little fender benders. It just seems like there's a better way. We need to invent something, y'all. Instead of, was it Mad Mothers Against Drunk Driving? Mothers Against Driving with Cell Phone Use. How are we doing on time, y'all? Okay, we're just a little bit past 9. I had this scheduled for 9 anyway. I just had time to get out here and get on, so I decided to just come on a little earlier. See my sunshine. Know which way to go. Here we go. A little bit. About that. So, hey Jean, I see you trying to get in. See, you see, I got my little hair up this weird little bun, but my hair has been wind blown, so it's crazy this morning. So what's up? Yeah, everybody's on their phone. Oh, good. Well, join us on Tuesdays. We have these Tuesday at 8. Morning, Jean. We have an 8 p.m. Eastern Tuesdays, every Tuesday. And then we have them every Saturday at somewhere around 9. It's usually at 8:30, 9. I have done them at 10. But just watch for the event posting. So Tuesday nights, I usually will pick some sort of topic and we'll discuss. But Saturday mornings are we just talk. We just sit out here and fellowship. That's it. So, but I do have some fun things for us for September. It's going to be women's health. We're going to discuss physical health the whole month. I have 2 interviews already lined up. I've got 2 of them. One with Candy, who is, her expertise is yoga. She has I don't know the levels that they go to in yoga, but she has actually gone through a lot of training to get to her level. And I have been going to Candy for, I think, around 3 years now. I know I was going before COVID, so I guess since 2019. So she's going to be on here one night with me on a Tuesday. And then I have another, Melissa is going to be live with me on another Tuesday night. This in September now. This is September. And we are going to be talking about exercise, women's exercise, like your physical. And she is my CrossFit instructor. She is my trainer. She's been helping. I was injured in a car wreck. And I think it was due to somebody being on their phone. We were just talking about. The airbag deployed, went off-road. It was almost a head-on. It would have been if I had not gone off the road. And when I was holding on to the steering wheel, and when the airbag deployed, it hit my elbow and knocked it back. So I have had issues with my shoulder for years, and in fact, for probably a year, I could not lift my arm. I mean, I couldn't even do that much. I was about like to there. So for me to be able to even lift my arm up, to me, it's like a miracle. I have come a long way. So you did yoga with the kids at that's great. Yeah, that's great. It's very good. Yoga is not as easy as it sounds. You think it's like one of those little fluffy things that you can do and relax, but I actually sweat doing yoga because we do intense stretches, and I did not get my yoga this week, and I can tell it. I'm always tight. So it really does help if we do it right, do it correctly. It helps with our muscles, and as we get older, our muscles do want to atrophy. They want to tighten up. So we have to be very intentional about stretching them. But Melissa is a CrossFit instructor. And they also have, with the CrossFit trainers, they have different levels, and she is at a higher level. She's not a basic instructor. She's at a higher level. She even goes to some of the big major competitions and works them. So she just got back from Madison, Wisconsin, where they had the CrossFit Games. It was international. People all over the world came. So she gets to see it from an international perspective, and the best of the best are there, y'all. It's just crazy. So I am, I won't say basic. I can do some things, but some people can walk on their hands. I mean, come on. They can handstand walk. Because CrossFit's a combination of gymnastics, cardio, weights, because you do weightlifting. I did weightlifting this week. I guess you saw some of the little videos. And the reason I put those out there is just to show you, if I can do it, y'all can do it. Because I could not get my arm, my hand above, really, I couldn't even get up to there so many years back. We just have to be intentional. We have to be patient. We have to condition ourselves. It will not happen overnight, but it will happen if we are committed. And I won't even say disciplined. I even hate to hear that word sometimes. It just takes being intentional. I almost never want to go to a workout because they're so hard. They're so hard for me. But I always feel great once I leave. I feel great for two reasons. For one, I feel great that I accomplished something. I did something hard. But number two, I feel great because the endorphins really are pumping. They really get to going, and you really feel so much better once you get out there and move, and you really move. Because I do, like I say, it's gymnastics. It's a lot to do with your flexibility too. Hey Pamela, I'm so glad you're out here. Hope you're doing well. So Melissa will be with us, and I believe her date is the 20th. I want to say it's 20th, Tuesday in September. So we'll be out here live, same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, and see what kind of tips we can get for women's health. But we're going to talk every Tuesday, something to do with women's health. We'll make it fun. I will say this, I just discovered something recently about eating. So I think, not sure if it's the Tuesday after is it Labor Day? The first Tuesday. We're going to talk about eating and cutting back on foods and how to get rid of some of our gut fat. Because that is something I have noticed that is easy to build up on us as we get a little older. And there are ways. Listen, don't believe the lies that you can't lose it. You know, you're destined to have a gut. Don't believe that. It's not true. There are ways that you can. You can get healthy. You can get that waist back. You got to be committed. That's all it takes is commitment. You might fall off the healthy food wagon every once in a while, but you just get right back on. Just keep trying. That's what I do. My stomachs went down tremendously. And I really hadn't lost all that much weight. The scales are about the same. They're not that much difference, but I have lost inches. I have lost weight in my arms. And I've lost inches in my gut and my butt. My gut and my butt. So, yeah, getting rid of it. There is a way. There is a way to do it. We'll talk about that. So make sure y'all tune in. We'll talk about that, and I think I'll make that maybe our first topic. I have another friend who's a female, and she's a doctor. I was thinking about asking her to be on here too. She does family practice. She's pregnant right now, so I'm not sure what her schedule is, and she's probably tired at the end of the day, but I'm going to see if I'm going to reach out to her. But I have some fun stuff lined up, but I've got 2 interviews. So you might have me for two of those, 2 Tuesdays in September, and then Candy and Melissa, the other 2. But do stay tuned, and I'll keep posting things, and we'll talk about it in our lives. So, but Rose, get you that Jeep. Come meet me up here next year. Maybe Ammirata can meet. I am going to be on the West Coast. It's looking like, I believe it's the last week of October. I'm going to be in Seattle, coming down through Oregon. I think I'm going to end up in San Francisco. So for anybody that can, maybe can meet me out there. I know we have a few people on the West Coast. We have some people in the central part of the United States. And we've got our East Coasters. So, I did have my coffee earlier. I had a cappuccino. I had a big one, y'all. I'm sorry. I drank it early. But there is a way to get healthy. And it's not that you get there and you stay there. It's that you get there and you keep working at it. You know, I know that sometimes can be a little discouraging because we can have little setbacks here and there with our bodies. Sometimes we may have, a little injury or so that we have to deal with. Have to take care of ourselves, but we have to keep working at it. Just keep trying. Life is about a series of just growing and being committed and doing different things. When something gets boring or when something's not working as good for us, we have to do a little change up, okay? It's normal. It's a normal part of it. Like I've plateaued out on my weight loss, so I'm going to have to do a change up, and I'm not really looking forward to it, but I know I'm going to have to cut a few more carbs out of my diet. But in the South we eat grits. I'm not sure how many of you love grits, but man, I love some grits. Maybe you wouldn't like them if you hadn't grown up on them, but I grew up on them. I love oatmeal too. But I'm going to have to cut back on some of that. I eat oatmeal a lot of mornings, but it's always a treat on Saturday morning to get some grits and some butter. Well, ladies, I think I'm going to sign off. I'm going to head up and see my honey. He's waiting on me. We are going to get prepared and go to Jeep Invasion. So I'm excited about that. I will shoot out some pictures and some videos, and if I can go live, I will go live. Sometimes I'm going to say this, preface this, Facebook cuts me out if there's music playing in the background, which I have no control over, but there's music everywhere. People are jamming, they have windows down, doors off, music is cranked up. Sometimes Facebook will just cut out my live, which is just crazy. But I'm going to go out there and enjoy my Saturday, and I want you all to enjoy your day. If you're going to relax, just relax and lay around, stay in your pajamas all day, and don't even feel guilty about it. Watch you some funny movies and sit there and drink your coffee or your hot tea. Got lots of fun your way. Well, get some pictures, Gene. There's nothing like taking beautiful pictures of the fog, especially when it's overcast. Your images show up much better. So that's a little photography thing that I love to take pictures. So take some, post some. Kind of neat. Love y'all. You have a fantastic Saturday. I will see you out here Tuesday.